Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to use Piktochart. So stick around and I'll show you everything you need to know. So the first thing we're going to start with is by going to Piktochart's website. So you can go to piktochart.com, and once you're here, you don't need to sign up. All you need to do is log in with your Northside Google account. So you're just going to click login. And then once you click login, you'll select Google. And so selecting Google, it's gonna prompt you to use your Northside account. Bam, it already recognizes me. Now I will warn you that the first time that you ever log into Piktochart, it's gonna ask you a series of questions. They're like demographic questions where they'll ask you like, how many people are in your organization? Like what's your age range and stuff like that. Just go through the questions. It really doesn't matter what you put on them, but you do need to go through the questions in order to get to the main screen. So that's the first time you log into Piktochart. Just a little heads up with that. But when you're here, you're going to go ahead and select Create New. And you are going to, for my class, whenever I have us make projects that are basically like a digital poster, I would always select flyers or posters. Flyers or posters would be the options I would select here, because that's going to limit you to creating a project that stays on one page, which is normally what I want you to do. So let's click that. So they have a ton of templates and you can manipulate and edit everything on the template. However, these can be a little overwhelming and you have to edit everything or else it stays with like random text on there. And so that might be a little overwhelming for some of you. If you're like into like tech stuff and you want to like know that you'll be thorough enough to edit everything, go for one of the templates. If not, I recommend that you start from blank and you click up here and you just select start from blank. I think that's easier to work with, especially if you're brand new to using Piktochart. So here we are, we've got a blank canvas. And over on the left side of the page, we have tons of things that we can add. We can add graphics, and under graphics, there's a bunch of things that you can add in there. They have photos that you can choose from that are not like, it's basically like searching Google Images. They do have pictures like that. They have shapes and icons, which are really cool to make your project look really like professional and nice looking. They've got illustrations even, they've got lines, they've got photo frames, lots of options, and we'll explore those in a little bit. They also have where it says uploads. You can upload pictures that you found on a Google search or that you had saved to your phone or whatever. You can upload them. You can change the background. You can change text and color scheme. So let's begin with text, because I think that's something basic that we would all want on our project or would need on our project is text. So we'll go ahead and click that. Now you can click any of these and it'll just give you some simple text to work with. It says double click to edit, so you double click it and type whatever you need to type, right? And so then from there, you can change this as much as you want. I can change the font, the size, the color, all that up here. So let's say I want to change the font, make it a little more fun. I can see what they have, and they have a lot of options to choose from, honestly. Some of them you have to pay for, some of them you don't. Let's do this one. It's a good one. So then we can move this wherever we want on the page, and we can change the color. So let's say we want it to be green. There we go. Okay. You can also select, they have like some fun decorative type things here that you can pick from. These are sometimes a little more difficult to manipulate. So if you get frustrated with these, always fall back on these guys up here. But like there's things like, let's try one of these like circle ones. There's things like this. Actually, this would be really nice to use on a project. Point number one. Actually, on some of your projects, you will be needing something similar like that. So you can just click on one of those, and you can edit the text on it if you want. You can type in like, right, or whatever. So, and then you can change the colors too. So let's say I want it to be orange. Oops, I have to select it. All right, and so then it'll change the color for me, and I can change the color of all the different parts of the element. And I'd be like, okay, I want all, but I just have to click on each individual thing that I'm trying to change the color for. And that's how I would do that, right? Okay, so let's say I'm good with that. I can move this around. That's where I want it, whatever. So now let's look at the graphics that they have. They have a lot of awesome graphics. So we'll click over here where it says graphics. Now shapes and icons, I like using this a lot. I can search for something I want. They've got like basics on here, but I can search for like, let's say I'm gonna do my project about cats. So I'm gonna type in cat. And it'll pop up all the different cat icons that they have on here. So I'll say, okay, I want this one. So it'll pop that up for me. And I can even change the color of that too. So if I want to make it a different color, I can. And I can change the size, right? Oh, I don't want to distort it. And move it around wherever I want. And if you notice, they're even clear so you can overlap things, which is cool. Okay, so that's shapes and icons. And you can really search for anything. They have illustrations, which are also cool. And so these are neat. They're like people and things like that that you might want to add to your project. So you might see something on here and be like, oh yeah, this looks like a useful one. This looks like, oops, we don't want to distort that. So let's say I want to add this on, and I can move this and put it wherever I want. Some of these you can change the colors on, some of them you cannot. Like this one looks like we can't change the color on it. But yeah, so they've got different things like that under illustrations. Under photos, let's click photos. We can actually search for pictures that we want. So they've got lots of stock images, but I could do like a search for cats, right? And it's gonna pop up all the stock images that they have of cats, and I can select whatever I want, right? So I can be like, I want this one. And okay, so let's say I need to resize it. There we go. Okay, and I'm good to go. Now, if I want my own image, something that I saved onto my computer from like a Google search or whatever, I'll go over to where it says uploads and I'll click browse images. Now, if you notice, it saves all the ones that I've put on projects in the past. So these are past projects I've had. They'll pop up over here and I can add them. So I'm going to click browse images. Right. And here are my pictures. I don't know, I've got random stuff on here. Let's do colorful library. Let's see what that is. So it'll upload it over here, and here it is. So I'm going to click on it, and there's the picture that I had on my computer, and I can save it and move it and do whatever I need to do with it. Now, if I want it to, like, let's say I want it to go behind this cat, I can right click on it, and no, I'm sorry, wrong thing. Over here on the top, there's these little options for once I have the photo clicked. And right here, there's this like weird little shapes icon where it says arrange. And this allows me to either bring it to the front, send it to the back, bring it forward, or send it backward. So let's say I want it to be in the back. There we go. And now it's behind this image. So you can mess with things on like that. So like, again, click the picture, go over here to arrange, and you can move things however you want. Okay. All right, so that's how you add images. If I want to change my background, there's lots of cool free ones that they have, and so I can pick something and be like, okay, I want this one. That looks a little hard to see. Maybe I might not do that one, but you can change colors on them too by clicking color. Be like, oh, okay, I want it to be gray, or I want it to be maybe I don't know. Yeah, so you can manipulate that and change that however you want. You can see there's lots of different ones that they have. But once you're done, and once you feel like you're ready to save your project and you want to upload it onto Schoology, what you'll do is you'll go over here to the top where it says share. So you'll click on that share button, and it's going to ask you, it's going to say make sure that you want to continue, and I'm going to say yeah, I want to continue. So I'll say okay. And then I'm going to, it's going to prompt me, it's going to say make this link public, and I'm going to say okay. You need to select make this link public. If you don't click this, I will not be able to see or grade your project. okay? You must select this. All right, so now we've done that. Now it's gonna give me a link. I'm gonna copy the link. Okay. And now when I go to Schoology and I click on submit, I'll click the create tab and then I can insert this link there, all right? But again, you need to make sure this is set to made public, because if it's not set to made public, this link will be useless to whoever clicks on it. So anyways, so there you go. Now you have the link that will take people to your project. And that is how you use Piktochart. Thanks, guys.